Now, this is important because the role of love, if we pay attention in those situations, is not to teach us a lesson. You know, so often I hear people say, well, I can't leave even though it's very ugly because I need to learn why I'm there. You know, and that's not love. Love will never tell you to stay and be hurt. Love will expand your awareness and you'll stand up and say, I'm too good for this. I'm out of here, right? I made up a country western song title. Is I'm taking my love on the road and leaving you behind. Actually, it was leaving your behind, but. So here's the deal. An expanded awareness of our own worth will shift us into an environment that allows us the full expression of our worth. In other words, love isn't enough to change somebody else, but it is enough to change us, because it can only be felt by us from the inside out. You can love someone who's abusive to you, but you cannot build a life with them. Wouldn't you agree? Sure. So it's not necessary to change other people when we have expanded our own awareness. Then we have shifted out of managing each other's ego and learning lessons from each other, and we are really being living examples of what our heart wants, what the mind knows is true. And we become a benign presence in the world, a kind of harmlessness that's very powerful. And this is worth all of our attention, worth us all pursuing this. It comes from our spiritual practice. So I call this, and there's a couple of people from Santa Cruz here, Sydney and Jimmy, who I knew when I was the minister over at the Santa Cruz Center for Conscious Living. And I used to say this all the time, that what we are seeking to be aware of, to express, to live from, to think from, is the rest of me, the best of me, the as yet unexpressed of me. That's God to me. The rest of me. As David Stendhal Rast, a wonderful Christian mystic, said, the monk's experience of God is the more, but not the separate. And that's my experience of this wonderful presence that we call God. It is the more of me, the untapped potential. It's the more of you. It's the more of everybody. When we know that about each other, we can trust each other. And we can behave in ways that help to evoke a response from that self. It's called being benignly harmless and very powerful at the same time. So one of my favorite quotes that I heard early on in my studies of science of mind has stayed with me all these years, and it is this: that which belongs with me cannot be kept from me. If you want to learn a lesson, that's the one. And you'll notice Ernest Holmes did not say to me, he said with me. That which belongs with me is resonating or vibrating, if you want to use the sense of a vibrational field, is we are in the same field together. It belongs with me, cannot be kept from me. And so if I am resonating with my spiritual nature, my mental nature, my physical nature, and knowing, for example, that love is present wherever I am, and that there's more of it that is yet untapped, or that supply, I'm resonating with sufficiency, I'm resonating with enoughness, I'm enough, life is enough, God is enough, I have enough, I'm always being supplied, then I naturally draw it to me. It can't stay away from me. I can't keep it away from me. And that's the same thing with any quality of life that will turn itself into a relationship, a business, an idea, a peace on earth, the environment. We have to resonate with it. That's the only lesson we're here to learn, is that nothing can be kept from us. It belongs with us as we identify it as a part of our very own nature. That's the God within, being love as us. So this, peace, vitality, love, joy, intelligence, they all transmute themselves individually, expressly through each and every one of us, exactly according to our level of identity with them and with the idea we're wanting to present to the world. So here's the big lesson. Whatever the question or the need, self-awareness is the answer. I always end my talks with a little inner work. Would you go with me for a minute? Yeah, let's just enter into that place that we spoke about, that is behind the thought, behind the ego, behind the personality, behind the body, behind even this incarnation. That which has always been, always will be, that is absolute, perfect power, demonstrating itself as the universe and everything in it. It is everywhere present, all of it, all the time, all at once. It is right where you are. It is being you. It is the source of you. It is available to you as you are accessible to it. So this morning, let's deepen our sense of the enormous kingdom within that has been bestowed upon us by right of our very nature. And let's realize today, nothing is missing. So take within your mind some area of your life that you want to see expanded, that you want to see made beautiful, supplied, that you want to see growing and thriving and healthy. Think of some area of your life where you might have thought there's something missing. Identify the quality you think needs to be activated. And then say it, I am, and add on that quality. I am love, I am joy, I am peace, I am vitality, I am intelligence, I am supply, I am on the move, and nothing can stop me from revealing who I really am. And I know that this takes form in my life as my relationships, which are transformed into the image and likeness of how they were intended to be, a dance, a harmonious, symphonic dance of mutual love and respect. I see my business life transformed into the dazzling creativity, the snapping energy, crackling energy of newness, attraction, and that those which belong with that cannot be kept from me. We are supplied with everything that is necessary to make this business a full-blown success. And I know this about my body. It is not a thing. It is an organism of God intending to reveal itself as this life that I am. And so I love it. I respect it. I feed it well. I give it stillness. I allow it to be removed from the world of experience on a regular basis so that the body might remember its source. And I know that this movement, this new thought movement, is a blessing to this world. And I know that everybody here is an emissary of this teaching. And I affirm and know for each and every one of you here that your life from this moment on is a dazzling display of the truth of this beautiful, beautiful spiritual teaching. And that this place where people gather to celebrate the truth is blessed. It is filled to the coffers with all that is necessary to allow it to be the jewel it was meant to be and continues to be. And so we allow ourselves this morning to just complete this time together on a high level of vibration, resonating with this truth, letting go of the idea of lessons, and saying, I don't need lessons because I got all kinds of blessings. And so it is. Thank you.